Life is full of changes, man. And one of the ways that we make it through those changes is by using our creative energy. It doesn't have to be on a canvas. It doesn't have to be in a kitchen. It doesn't have to be at a bank. Just being with yourself. Creativity is always on the run. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Reluctantly, but givingly. Is that a word? Givingly? Yeah, it has to be, especially in this moment. Being open with you about this time change thing and how, the sun doesn't stay up in the sky as long as it used to because it's seasonal. And I openly admit that I'm one of those people that suffers from the mental conditions when it comes to, wow, the brain can't handle this much darkness. And it took me years to learn about it and then to change my life and style to be able to be part of it and to figure out how I can work it into my life without it affecting everything that I was doing. I mean, today was a very chilly morning. Still is. We still have the rain showers here in the Carolinas. The sun is not as bright as the heart wanted it to be today. And right away you're going, I mean, it's moments like this that I light up every single room in my house. I mean, it is so lit up. I'm sure Duke Energy is probably going, something's going on in South Charlotte. We better go check and find out what's stealing all this electricity. It's almost like I've become a stage manager, making everything that's in front of me anything but a shadow. Now, I had to do some research on this, and research shows that shadows are pieces of our true selves. And what I mean by pieces, I'm talking about the angry person, jealousy, greed, and neediness. It's through experience turned into awareness that we're all able to make things better. And what we hear from others, as well as the inner core, is one thing. How long does this better feeling last? It's all based on choice. Being present in your place of right now tells your emotions, hey, I got this. I'm deciding right now that I'm going to be in control of my personal struggles. And I'm not going to have a lack of sunlight control everything that I'm doing. I mean, we all face different adventures, but it's through a developed relationship with awareness that we can step into and onto the paths that can serve as a source of positive vibrations. If still challenged, the goal is to rely on writing, walking, meditation, and yes, even prayer. There's always a way to grow from the shadows that you don't like to step into. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I'm a daily writer. It's all about awareness. It's about being in control of your present place called now. It's a lifestyle change, being right here. But a lot of us don't like to be right here because we're judging our right here and we're comparing it to what we've already lived or where we would like to be somewhere in the future. But I've quoted Cam Newton many times on this, that if you're living in your past or your future, you're cheating on your now. You've got to stay right here. And a lot of people don't like to do that because they like to show you pictures of their past and they like to dream about what their house is going to look like in 2029. Hey, this is The Daily Mess. So I'm going to start things off by asking a question. You personally, what is looked upon as a day of rest? Now, of course, the big book, the Bible, says that God did his thing, but on the seventh day, he said, no, I'm going to rest. I chuckle at this because modern walks and ways, the mind thinks after 18 months of a pandemic lockdown, it wants to work all the time. And it doesn't necessarily mean doing your job, maybe working out in the yard, working around the house, working on your friendships, or just doing something at all times because we were locked down for 18 months. And really the mind is going, I got to do something. We say yes to everything and only to get one thing, to hear someone say, I appreciate you. What? Yeah. How many times have you put yourself in a position of yes, just so someone says, dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. How many times? We're being transparent here, okay? It's always a great day when you feel like that you belong to something. And isn't that the reason why so many people have gotten into Apple Plus TV, Paramount TV, Peacock, Hulu, and Netflix? Because in a really roundabout way, it's become the water cooler conversation on social media as well as face-to-face. Because you say, hey, so have you seen that TV show? Where's it at? Hulu. Really? You belong now because of your connection with all of these different binge-watching outlets. And I do believe that we've got to have that human connection at all times, and we try to relate on the same subject because you can't bring up religion because someone's always going to fight it. You're definitely not going to talk about politics, and you're not going to talk about being vaccinated or not vaccinated. Those are war words inside the war room. If you can't find connection, which I couldn't do during the lockdown, so what did I do? I went out where the people were. I got a job at a grocery store because I knew that I would be right there having face-to-face time with real, honest-to-God people, which horrified the crap out of me. I'm a radio guy. I sit in a room thinking that you exist. At a grocery store, you are real. And then to hear your stories, see, that's what I love about being a team leader, is that I take that rawness that I once had and I share it with those that are part of my team on those registers. And the thing is that I want them to be able to greet people who are coming out to be with people. And they may not understand what it's like to be with people because they themselves are mentally still in lockdown. And so if you show them compassion and understanding and you listen to their stories and don't make it about you, then things begin to connect in the way of building that community relationship. And of course, it's all based on one thing: making the choice that no matter how crappy you feel behind that register, you ain't going to be passing it forward to someone in front of you. You're going to let them feel like they are welcome, that they are connected to you, and they'll find that in you. But you can't fake it either. You've got to be genuine, because every time you see them, and all you have to do is give them a smile or a nod, and they're going to go, yeah, I'm in the right place, man. I feel like I belong here. I belong in this moment. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.